are getting educated about wine this afternoon. We all know that wine grown in different areas can have a different taste, but did you know that the soil and the climate differences, even in the same region like here in Oregon, it can have a big effect. So joining us now is Professor Scott Burns of Portland State University.
We are getting a master class in this today. Okay, I think we all knew that climate played a role, Scott, but I don't think we understood how much soil makes a difference.
It does, and it's one of the 6 different factors that affect it. Climate, obviously, you want to have a dry climate, the temperature go up and down. Why do we invite people to come to Oregon in the midsummer to fall? Because it doesn't rain, that's perfect for grapes. But the soil, there are 10 macronutrients, 6 micronutrients that are coming into the grapes. Very, very important for the flavors.
And it changes the flavor of the wine.
Right, right, it does. And
even on the same like slope almost, right?
Yes,
of like how the
it does. And so what we have found is that it is best expressed in your cool climate grapes, especially Pinot Noir, thin-skinned red grape, and then also Riesling. And the dry Rieslings especially. And we are a cool climate region of grapes in the Willamette Valley, so it's really well expressed. And what we have found, and we've been studying this at Portland State since 1992.
Good for you.
And what we have found is that there are 3 major soil types that are really good for the Pinots and the Rieslings, and then there's a 4th one. The Missoula flood sediments, they're the valley bottoms, they have too many nutrients. They don't produce the best wine.
Okay.
Yes, they are, because you grow too many leaves and stems and not putting the energy into the grapes. Whereas the basalt soils, which is primarily Jory, which is our state soil, the marine sediments, which are the Coast Range ones, and those are primarily sandstones and shales, and that's Willackenzie soil. And then you have got soils that have that are basalt, but then they have windblown silt in there that have gone and formed little piezolites, like little BBs in them.
But this
and that's a laurelwood.
Yeah, this is critical to the wine industry. When people buy their land, when they decide what kind of grapes to grow, they use this information. You guys were way ahead of the curve on this.
Yes, and what they do is they always ask if the piece of property is up, what is the soil? And because what we're finding is, like you're going to be tasting Willackenzie. Willackenzie is the very first winery in the United States that named his soil his winery after his soil. He's French.
So it's
he is a
terroir,
soil. A true terroir one. And all of his 95 acres were Willackenzie soils, marine sediments. And everybody said, well, how does it compare to the Jory over in Dundee Hills? And so Bernard Lacroute bought a winery or a vineyard up there. And so on the right-hand side, you're going to be tasting the Jory. On the left-hand side,
the state soil.
This is the state soil.
Cheers.
Yes.
Okay.
to the Oregon soil.
And then secondly, you're going to be tasting the marine sediments. And so color-wise and flavor-wise, they will be different. In general, the basalt soils are primarily going to be red fruits. So raspberries, red currants, red cherries, etc. Whereas
wildly different.
They are wildly different, and every winemaker will say it's this, this, and this versus this, this, and this. They all agree. Now, whereas the Willackenzie tends to be darker fruits and darker color. In the early days, when people poured the wines, I could always tell Jory versus Willackenzie
just by looking at
the color. Now the wines have gotten redder because of the Robert Parker classification of numbers. And so I believe the best place in the world to taste differences in terroir is the Willamette Valley, especially because we have cool climate grapes, 3 major soil types. And you can go into the wineries, and there are 3 camps. There are the ones that say, my God, I love the Jory. And then others, no, I'm a Willackenzie. And now the Chehalem Mountain people
arguing about dirt.
The laurelwood, the piezolites, they love their piezolites. And so it is wonderful. You buy 3 bottles made by the same winemaker the same year, and you have dinner. You serve the 3 bottles, and the only difference in each one of them is going to be the soil.
Scott, I love knowing about this. Where can people learn more?
The Oregon Wine Board. If you just Google Oregon wines, there's a whole section that we did there on it. And in addition,
but you're doing a talk, Science on Tap.
Oh yes,
right?
I am.
Yes.
On Wednesday.
That's why you're here.
I'm here.
Remember?
That's right. That's right.
It's called Science on Tap. It's this Wednesday, 7 o'clock at the Kiggins Theater in Vancouver. The Mystique of Terroir, it's called.
I know, and it is.
It is. He's so excited.
And so Wednesday at the Kiggins Theater it's one of these science pubs.
Yeah,
that's
you come
perfect.
in, buy an alcoholic beverage, a piece of pizza, and listen to a scientist talk about something exciting.
It is exciting and so interesting. You make me want to know more. You're a great teacher. I think you already knew that. But
well, 48 years in the classroom.
It's working out for you. I'd go ahead and stay with it. It's a good career choice.